Hey, what's going on, podcast listeners and gamers? Welcome back to another episode of the Gamers Anonymous Podcast. This is episode 33, and today is January 28th, 2022. Of course, I'm your host, Trey Turpin. And once again, always, I'm here with my good brother, my co host, Tommy Harless. What's going on, bruh?
What's good? What's good? How are you, Brody?
Hey, back at it again, got a lot of gaming news we want to go ahead and talk about, ride that momentum from the big news that everybody was talking about last week. So we just going to come back with another great episode for everyone.
Hey, I'm with it. Let's get it started.
Hey, that's what I like to hear. Of course, before we go ahead and get started, I just want to go ahead and ask everyone to, man, go ahead and subscribe to our new YouTube channel. If you haven't already, we just created it. So, we're trying to grow. Like I said, we are doing video podcasting now. So, if you like to, actually see or feel like you're hanging out with us, definitely go ahead and do that and hit that little bell so you don't miss any new videos. And also, if you haven't, if you listen to audio as well, I'm still putting out audio versions of the podcast. So go ahead and subscribe to whatever podcasting service you traditionally listen on. Like Apple, Spotify, Anchor, and things like that. Just go ahead and subscribe, and definitely, man, leave comments, reviews. Everything will help us out, man. We're trying to grow this wonderful podcast that we got going on, man, and grow our audience. So thank you for sticking with us. But of course, we got a lot of news for everyone. We're definitely going to go ahead and talk about. It seems like Call of Duty is still going to be coming out on PlayStation. We're going to talk about that here in a little bit. Um, what else? We also have EA is allowing Respawn to make 3 more Star Wars games. So they made what was it? Jedi Fallen Knight, or no, I missed
Jedi Fallen
um,
Order.
Jedi Fallen Order. Okay, I don't know where I got Fallen
Mm.
Knight from, but yeah, they created Jedi Fallen Order, which was definitely well loved and it was well received. So they went ahead and hey, that one was a success. Here you go. Here's a couple more to make. So we're going to talk about that, and then also we're going to talk about Xbox and their success. They've been having a bunch of success with Halo Infinite, Forza Horizon 5, and Game Pass. So we're going to talk about that as well. But of course, before we dive in, we always got to go ahead and talk about what we've been up to. So I'm gonna go ahead and kick it to my boy TA. TA, go ahead and what you been playing, man?
Pretty much the same as last week, man. I've just been grinding that Doom Eternal. I'm on the final boss, man. So
Oh man, I thought you was gonna tell me you completed it by now. Like,
I got to the final boss today. I just
okay.
got there, like, yeah. So like I was trying to beat her. She's tough, but hey, it's a work in progress. I'm definitely excited to finally beat that jump, man.
Mm-hmm.
And then just playing Halo, just doing that cyber showdown event, trying to get those that battle pass unlocked for that. Um that's pretty much it, man. I haven't really wavered or swayed too far from what I was playing last week. Just excited to finally be Doom, man. That's been a grind because like you said last week in the podcast, you like to stick to a game and beat it before you move on. So definitely ready to move on from Doom and get to some of these other games that I got on my Xbox catalog for sure. What about you, man? What you been playing?
Oh man. Well, I've been playing. I really didn't get the game that much this week. I'm not gonna lie. Work was mad busy, waking up mad early, long days, short lunches, things like that. So
Dang.
I'm definitely thankful that the week is over with. And
Facts.
I'm
I
heading,
sound like you had a rough one. Sheesh.
man. I mean, it's just all part of the job. You know what I'm saying? You'll have good days, days you
Bad
get off
days.
early. You know what I'm saying? So
Facts,
that was just
facts.
one of these weeks, and it seems like it's not going to slow down anytime soon. So uh definitely I'm trying to think. I've just been playing the Halo, been trying to play that a couple times to grind up on the battle pass.
Mhm.
And that's all. I didn't really touch anything else. Like I said, I was just real busy. I do know that I've been watching more. Well, I tried to stay away, but I've been watching more videos of like that Horizon Forbidden West because I'm
But
definitely thinking of getting it day
about getting
one.
it. Yeah, I've
Hmm.
stayed away from it, even though I'm not probably gonna get it day one. I've stayed away from those because I don't even want to know. And plus, I
Yeah,
didn't even beat the first Horizon, so like I
yeah,
need to go back and work on that. So I don't even want to know anything about the second one as far as long as I possibly can. I
yeah,
may look at like the score, once IGN releases it, I may watch that, but I'm gonna try to stay away from as much as I possibly can,
yeah. I
not to
mean,
spoil it.
that's what I've been trying to do too. Like, yeah. So
Mhm.
me and you are
And
in
it's
the
definitely
same
been
boat.
hard.
But
It's definitely
yeah,
been
like
hard
on
though,
Twitter,
because
I'm just
Twitter,
seeing it.
yeah, I'm about to say
Uh,
Twitter, it's everywhere.
yeah. So it's just so I've been wanting to like get into that. So, I think I'm gonna just wait for the reviews too, but I think I'm gonna eventually get it. If not day one, it'll be within that time frame. Definitely
Oh, yeah,
within
yeah,
that
yeah, yeah,
month.
for
I'll
sure.
probably go ahead and get it just so I can share
Yeah.
my impressions and stuff to all the fans listening in right now, the audience.
Yeah,
So
it may be a little bit for me. I ain't gonna cap. I got a little man's
yeah,
birthday coming, so
yeah.
the funds is strapped.
True, mine is too, but I'm gonna make it work.
Facts.
I ain't even going front, but yeah, I'm looking forward to that. But definitely, I do need to jump back into. I need to finish the first one too. If I don't finish it by the time, I'm not going to buy it until I finish the first game. So definitely,
Good
I'm gonna do
idea.
that.
Mhm.
I'll probably do that here sometime this weekend to play some of that as well. Try to get further in that. But yeah, man,
Definitely.
that's all I've been up to. Um, I did want to, before we did jump into the topics, you already know, I wanted to talk about it last episode, but you know, I already knew that we was gonna be talking about that acquisition most of the episode, so I ain't want to take up too much time. So I know a month has been gone or a month has passed already. January's pretty much over, but I wanted to talk about, what games were most anticipated for 2022. Like I said, January's already over. I don't think it was really too much that came out for me that I was really, really anticipating.
I'm about to say, only thing
I
I know of that came out was Pokemon.
Yeah,
Pokemon
that
game
came
on
out
Switch.
today.
Mhm.
I
I don't know
definitely was.
anything else.
I was watching reviews on that, and like I really want to get it, but I mean, I feel like I really want to play Sword and Shield. So I think I'm gonna just go ahead and get Sword and Shield, and then hopefully probably get this one later down the road. Um, but yeah, I mean, I've been watching it. It looks good, like always. It's rarely you'll find a bad Pokemon game. But yeah, like you said, that is like the last or the only game that really came out this year. I know a lot of people, or this month, I know a lot of people were waiting for that God of War PC port, you know. So
Well,
that was a big one.
that came too, so, I mean, but I don't
Yeah.
really count that because 'cause that's been out for, like,
Yeah.
2 years now, so
Mhm. Yeah, we
mm.
already played it. I'm still waiting for that. I seen a meme when they announced that it was coming to PC. I'm still waiting for that Yoda and Baby Yoda mod that's supposed to come to it. That's the only way. That's the only way I'm gonna double dip and purchase it on PC is
That'd
if
be
someone
wild.
comes out with that meme or comes out with that mod.
That
But
mod, mhm.
yeah, man. So since January's gone, we still have February, and you already know February is a stacked month, like stacked. I'm surprised not any more games had actually gotten delayed because it was so stacked that I'm like, yeah, I know a game or two are going to go ahead and delay and try to find
Yeah.
a better month.
Yeah.
But
Mhm.
I'm gonna go ahead and pass it to you though. So go ahead if it's just one game, two games, just let me know or let us know, what games you're actually looking forward to or games that you're hoping to see come out this year and don't get delayed.
Got you. So, did you wanna go back and forth, or you just want me to run all 4 of them?
You can go ahead and just do the whole list and then
Alright,
I'll
got
do.
you.
Yeah.
So, my top games that I'm anticipating for 2022. Number one is definitely Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League. That's number one. It's been a minute since Rocksteady's
Hmm.
done a game. So I'm just excited with what they're gonna do with this IP for sure. Can't wait to see it because they did a great job with all three of those Arkham games. Definitely was a huge fan of all three of those. I played each one of them multiple times except Arkham Knight. But I need to go back and play that again. Because I only played through it once. Um, that's number one. Number two is Gotham Knights. Big Batman fan, love Batman, so anytime I can get into that world, I'm definitely wanting to, so definitely excited to see what Warner Brothers Montreal does with that. It definitely looks good and it looks like a fresh take on Batman, especially with the Court of Owls. I'm not too familiar with them. Like I've heard of them before, but I'm not too familiar with exactly everything about them. So it'll be a good way to get some more insight on them and what they do, exactly. Um, Number three is of course God of War Ragnarok. Definitely looking forward to that, man. I love the first God of War. That was my favorite game of 2018. Um, Definitely my game of the year. Especially when I was coming off of having a son. I had a son in 2019, so played it a little bit later, but definitely still was my favorite game, man. I loved it. It meant a lot to me. Just as a new dad, and that was like kind of like watching myself. As a new parent. Because he was kind of new to it too. And you just seeing how you got to mature and handle things, 'cause especially if like the mom's not there. So it's definitely touching. And it's a good game, but not only touching as a father, you know what I mean? So it has sentimental value too.
Yeah, I
Um,
feel it. I feel it.
and then what is the fourth one? The fourth one. Oh man, I can't remember what the fourth one was. There was four of them. Oh, Redfall. I forgot. That's it. Redfall.
Yeah.
I'm excited for that. I can't wait to see what they do with that game. They had me hooked on the trailer. Just excited. Different characters and trying to kill vampires, and all of them had different abilities. I know it was just a trailer, and it was like it didn't give you too much detail, but from the trailer that we saw, it looked dope, man. I really want to play that. Definitely want to give that a try with my dogs, you and Steve, because it's coming to get. I'm sure it's coming to Game Pass day one,
Day one,
because
baby.
it is an Xbox exclusive. So I'm excited for that. But those are my four for 2022. What is your four, or what is your list for 2022? I should say.
Oh, bruh, you already know. Definitely, I know Gotham Knights is one of them. I know you mentioned that as well. So, like, I I'm more hyped for this than I am Suicide Squad, because Suicide Squad, I don't know, the gameplay trailer that they showed. I know
Hmm.
it's um I know it's Rocksteady, love Rocksteady, love what they did with the Batman Arkham series. Love it. You know what
Hmm.
I'm saying? But I don't know. I wasn't really rocking with that whole the gameplay trailer for some reason. I don't know. Maybe I just need a little bit more, or like
Gotham Knights
more
or Suicide Squad?
Suicide Squad. Yeah,
Really?
so yeah. I'm really rocking with Gotham Knights way more. Like, just
Oh yeah,
because
yeah, yeah, yeah.
that seems more of what we've come to know with the Batman games, you know what I'm saying? Like that.
Yeah, Suicide
Um
Squad, you gotta think those two different. It's a lot of different characters, so they all have different abilities and stuff we're not used
exactly.
to.
That's why
So,
I just feel like I want, like, I guess with the Gotham Knights, it stayed like it's familiar and it all is working on a formula that already works. Suicide Squad,
hmm
I'm like, it's new, I don't know what to expect. And it's like they have to really sell it to me, other than it being, developed by Rocksteady,
right. Also,
you
though,
know.
like Gotham Knights seemed a little bit more ahead too because they had like a full gameplay trailer and everything. Like
Yeah.
we just got a gameplay trailer for Suicide Squad, so
Hmm.
it was rough, but yeah.
I mean, yeah, I would say that too. But I don't know. Like I said, that gameplay. I mean, I'm sure the game's gonna be dope. I'm excited for it, but I really do think that Gotham Knights is just gonna, I'm just very interested in it, just because it is my kind of game. Like I said, it looks just like Batman, just Batman's dead, I
Hmm.
believe. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I think it was
So,
like it's like right after Arkham Knight, I think,
hmm,
because I think it's like the follow up to that, like the series of events that happens after.
yeah,
So, and you get like to play with the oh man, comrades. I guess that's what you would
yeah,
call them.
yeah,
Hmm.
proteges or whatever,
Proteges, yeah, whatever you
Yeah,
want to
yeah,
call them
yeah, yeah.
joints. Hmm.
So I'm excited for that, even though we don't have a concrete hard date on there. But these other games, they definitely do have a date. So the first one that's coming up most recently, I'm excited for Dying Light 2. Man, I'm excited for that. I feel like the first Dying Light came out in like early 2015, right when Last Generation was kicking off. And I feel like it was it was like the first next generation game that that I was interested in. And I eventually got it later down the road. And I just feel like it was a sleeper hit. It always stayed. It really didn't go on sale that much. And if it did, it just stayed at like a steady price. Like you couldn't get it cheaper than $30 ever. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Um, and it's just recently, it's just been going under like $15 or whatever. So
Dang.
definitely I played through the game, loved it, and they sold me on the gameplay trailer of Dying Light 2, the one they showed like a year or two ago. Sold. Once I seen the parkour elements and the dialogue options and the choices you can make determines like the world or like, like a chain reaction and changes the world. It seems like everybody's playthrough is going to be a lot different. So I'm really hyped about that. That's coming out February 4th. Definitely going to pre-order it as soon as my check hit the bank account. All right. Um, so that I'm also looking for Forspoken. Forspoken is looking really dope. There was a gameplay trailer that came out not too long ago, or I wouldn't say it's a trailer, but it was gameplay. And it's kind of looking a little sus. Like the combat wasn't looking all that great, and like the world kind of felt a little empty. But it was just like a 2-3 minute gameplay footage. So I'm not going to judge it off that. And this was like a month or two ago, so it's like they still have time to polish it. The game's not supposed to come out until like May, I believe. So they still have time. And then my last
Let
one,
let Battlefield tell it that it was that's a already built part of the game, and then they gonna sell it to
Wait,
us, and it's gonna remember how they
oh,
said
right.
remember how they said that the beta was like 8 months old,
Oh, yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah, we was playing. It was like, this is buggy, and the game comes out in a month.
and the game
You know
came
what I'm
out
saying?
buggy.
And it was buggy. You know what
I
I'm
hope I
saying?
hope Forspoken does fix it. I mean, you sound like they got some time, but don't
Yeah.
pull a
Oh,
Battlefield. Please don't pull a Battlefield.
yeah. Don't do that, man. It's hurting my heart the way Battlefield's going out, man. Hopefully
My
they can
bad.
redeem
Not to
themselves.
Yeah, man. Hopefully, my bad. Not to cut you off, but I
Yeah,
just had to
no,
put that
you
joke
good.
out there.
And then I'm gonna go ahead and finish it off with Starfield. Starfield, of course, I'm
Mm.
excited to see this. My boy that I work with, my boy Samuel, shout out to Samuels. Um, he's been getting more into Skyrim, which has been getting me excited. Like I want to jump back into Skyrim just because I love those type of games. I'm more of a dang, okay, dude, rolling deep.
Somebody rolling deep. I was gonna say, man,
Yeah.
God.
Anyways, as I was rudely interrupted, um, like he pretty much got me excited to play Skyrim again, and it's making me want to see how Starfield, like what take on the Bethesda RPG, what kind of take it's going to do. Of course, it's going to be space, like their Space Odyssey version. They already got like a post-apocalyptic with Fallout, and then like the
Fallout.
medieval type of mythic fantasy, I should say, RPG with Elder Scrolls.
Scrolls. Mhm.
So even though that's my favorite over Fallout, but like I'm just excited. He got me hyped. And that's coming out 11/11/22. So hopefully, like I don't really see it, that can't really get delayed. Like if it gets delayed, it's coming out next year. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
So hopefully they can stick to that date, even though we haven't seen any gameplay on it. I'm really excited about that. But of course, I got some honorable mentions as well. Like there's tons of games coming out this year, like a lot. Like it's ridiculous. Like this is definitely going to be like another 2007. And if you're an old head gamer like me, you remember 2007, what a stacked year it was. So I just got like a Plague's Tale Requiem that's supposed to come out in its day one Game Pass. I'm excited to see what that Saints Row reboot is going to be about. With
That
pretty
come out
much,
this year?
yeah, it's supposed to come out and it got pushed back to August. So
Bet.
yeah,
Hey, I'm with it.
I'm hoping to see what they do. I really enjoyed Saints Row until about like after Saints Row 3. I ain't really messed with it anymore. Then
Love
Saints
Saints
Row
Row
3,
3.
yeah,
Saints Row 3 was the
that
best,
was the
man.
best one, man.
Love that
And
one.
so I'm excited to see that, and especially with like GTA doing what it's doing, you know what I'm saying? I'm really craving for a new like open world game, and that, I'm sure
Those
that will
with those
scratch my
elements.
itch. Yeah,
Yeah,
it'll
with those
scratch my
elements
itch.
too.
And then of course Stalker 2, which got delayed until
Oh
December.
yeah.
So hopefully that doesn't get delayed anymore.
I feel
But
like
of
it
course,
will. I feel like
yeah,
that's gonna be a 2023. I
yeah,
can't
it
see
probably
them putting
will.
that out in December.
At this
I mean, it
rate.
said December the 8th, so it's early in December, but I can't see it.
But it
So
moved
I'm
from
like,
April to December.
that's what I'm
So
saying. I mean, maybe it will get out there, but I don't know. Whenever I hear December, I'm just like, that's 2023. Anything getting delayed till December, that's 2023.
and then of course God of War Ragnarok. Like you, I definitely think that was the best game Sony has put out last year, or last generation, I should say. So I'm definitely
Hmm.
hyped. And I was just talking about it. I think this game will be more special than another Spider-Man or this Horizon Forbidden West. Not only because everybody loved it, but the simple fact that like this was the only game that came, they released it, and then you beat the game, and that was it. No DLC, no nothing. So it's like as soon as you,
I was clamoring for a DLC for it. I really
yep.
wanted one
So
because
it's
I was like,
like
man, I want to go back and play it, like not just the story again. Like I wanted to play like another
play
part
something
of it.
new. Yeah, exactly.
Hmm.
And that's why I think they kind of did a good thing with like, not oversaturating it, like they did. Like when I beat Spider-Man, I got the other DLCs, but like I just kind of put the game down. Like, okay, I was done with that experience.
Yeah,
Um, with God of War, I wanted more. And they didn't give me more, you know what I'm saying? So
yeah, they didn't. Yeah, they didn't.
so but
I completely forgot about that, but yeah, I'm glad you mentioned that. They did not give us any more.
mhm. So I just wanted to go ahead and highlight those games. It's definitely going to be way more coming out. So definitely, like I said, hopefully, if not too many games get delayed, I'm pretty sure some games are going to get delayed into next year. But
Hmm.
definitely, 2022 is looking like to be a stacked year. But with that being said, Brody, are you ready to go ahead and move on to the main topic?
Yes, sir. Let's get it.
All right, let me go ahead and pull it up here. All right. Let's see, let me change it. Go boop. And then, all right. So, as you already know, um, with the Xbox acquisition that happened or the announcement that happened last week, the first thing that people was wondering about is like, whoa, is Call of Duty not going to release on PlayStation anymore? Is it going to be an Xbox exclusive? Well, with all of that, go ahead and pull it up for you guys here. With all that being said, of course, Xbox went ahead, Phil Spencer went ahead and said, yeah, they have desires to releasing Call of Duty on the PlayStation platform. And then PlayStation talking about how they believe Microsoft should honor the contractual agreements that's in place at Activision, because everybody knows that PlayStation is the home of Call of Duty as of right now. So there was an article that actually came out. I'm actually reading this on IGN, and it says that, of course, Call of Duty Activision reportedly wants to release next 3 games on PlayStation despite Xbox's acquisition. So in the IGN article, it says it was pretty much an article on Bloomberg. It said that Bloomberg says that before Xbox announced its $69 billion, don't want to, get that right. $69
Hmm.
billion acquisition of Activision Blizzard. The Call of Duty company had already committed to making the next few Call of Duty games available across all platforms, including PlayStation. According to Jason Schreier, this includes Call of Duty 2022, which is we all believe to be Modern Warfare 2, Call of Duty 2023, which is next year's Call of Duty, which should be helmed by Treyarch. And then the next iteration of Warzone, which is Warzone 2, which is also planned for 2023. Oh, I didn't even notice that. Okay.
Mhm,
Yeah, so that's all next year. Okay,
mhm,
so pretty much it looks like Call of Duty is going to, of course, everybody knows Modern Warfare 2 is supposed to be dropping this year, helmed by Infinity Ward. Um, People don't expect this acquisition to take effect until July of next year. So, of course, Activision is still running the same. They're going to go ahead and release the newest Call of Duty this fall on all platforms. And then, of course, it's saying next year that it's supposed to come out on PlayStation as well, and all the other platforms, along with, I guess, Warzone 2 or whatever the next iteration of Warzone is supposed to be. So, TA, what do you think of this news? Um, do you think this is good news for PlayStation, or is this like still hazy? We still don't know if it's, the 2024 Call of Duty might still come out on PlayStation.
right. It's definitely good for PlayStation to start off with, because it definitely calmed down all that noise on Twitter.
Mhm.
Because that's all I kept seeing once that acquisition was put out there in the universe. That's the only thing people was talking about was Call of Duty. Call of Duty. Call of Duty will be PlayStation. Well, now everybody got their answer, so now everybody can stop talking about it. Because ever since they put that report out there, I haven't seen anybody say that on Twitter about anything about Call of Duty since then. So I'm glad that's out there in the universe now. People can stop speculating, talking about it, everything like that. Um, what was the second question? What was the second question?
Oh, my bad, I was muted. So do
You
you
good?
think PlayStation, like, this is good news for PlayStation gamers, and do you think like this is going to buy time if it will become exclusive? Will this buy time for PlayStation to try to come up with a first person shooter solution, like maybe
Oh yeah,
bringing back one of their older IPs or creating something new?
oh yeah, definitely. I mean, it definitely will hold them over because I mean, like you said, you got the next two Call of Duties plus Warzone 2, and like if and it feels like the way I've been understanding it, like via like Modern Warzone and Charlie Intel on Twitter, it seems like with Warzone 2, they're making more of a focus for like next gen. And it's like, like next gen consoles and PC, like that's where their focus is. So they're leaving like Warzone in the past. You know what I mean? Like, if you don't have, it seems like their main focus is going to be for the next gen consoles, which is good. And it seems like people going to get like consoles finally going to get an FOV slider. Thank God. Just stuff people have been wanting on console because it feels like console has been ignored and a good chunk of people play on console. So that's a blessing, man. That I mean, just to finally allow console players to get something that they feel like they deserve because it's like PCs had it forever, ever since the game's launched. So it's crazy to think that consoles haven't had any of this stuff that PCs had. But I think more so that it will be good for PlayStation because it definitely, like you say, it gives them time. So if they're scared that eventually Call of Duty will go to Xbox exclusive, it gives them time to get something in development, whether like you said, that be a Killzone, or something brand new, a new IP, or maybe two or three new IPs. I mean, depending. I mean, I don't know what they're working on, or even if they had any ideas, or maybe last week where that acquisition was announced, and maybe you may have kickstarted some of those ideas of like, hey, just in case Call of Duty leaves us, we do need a first person shooter. Maybe we
Mhm.
need two, maybe we need three. Let's go ahead and get some ideas out there. If they were hesitant or just were like, dragging their feet on ideas, what I mean? Maybe it kickstarted them, and got kicked them in the butt and got those ideas rolling again. Um, so I think that'll be good for PlayStation. Uh, but I'm more so excited that after 2023 and after Warzone 2, Call of Duty may just be an Xbox exclusive. I'm excited for that,
So
really,
you're
because
you're excited for that?
I really am.
Like,
Because I mean, I'm excited for it in the sense of it helps boost Xbox. and it helps
Mhm.
boost their ecosystem, and it gets people into their ecosystem. So all everybody who's kind of hesitant, like, I don't know if I want to play that. I don't want to go Xbox. Well, if you want to play Call of Duty, you're gonna have to go to Xbox. If you
Yep.
want to play Call of Duty, not just Modern War, not just Warzone, I'm talking about Call of Duty, like multiplayer, zombies, Spec Ops, campaign. Like you gonna have to go over to Xbox. So
Or
that's a cool fit.
PC,
Or PC.
spend
I mean PC
trillions
too.
and billions and quadrillions
Oh
of
yeah, for sure.
dollars building you a PC
Oh
nowadays.
yeah, it's just cheaper to buy than Xbox for all that. I mean,
Mhm.
honestly, just being honest. But I'm excited for that because I mean, like everybody's been saying, why you spend almost $70 billion and to not make Call of Duty an exclusive? Like, I mean, I can't see spending all that money and then we just gonna leave it on Sony's on PlayStation. I mean, you can do that, but like I said, they would still have Warzone. So, and
Mhm.
that was my argument last week. Like, they still have Warzone. I mean, like and at this point, Warzone 2 that we know of, like, so it's still a dub. I mean, but it's all around good for everybody in gaming that Call of Duty is gonna be on both consoles, at least for the next like year and a half, 2 years. So that's a dub.
Yeah, I agree. I think, of course, this was expected. The acquisitions is
Mhm.
not finalized yet. You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? I do know that PlayStation already, it's the home of Call of Duty. So I don't know how long that's going to last. You know what I'm saying? I'm sure Xbox could pull the plug, but of course, they're trying to keep good relationships with everybody. They're already owning a big IP and can dictate what they want to do with it. You know what I'm saying? So
Mhm.
it's like, go ahead and like, it's pretty much like letting them know, like, hey, it's coming. You know what I'm saying? Even though I know the article still says like it's a little hazy, like nobody really knows for certain on what's going to happen. Um, once this deal is finalized. But like you were saying, and like many others were saying, you don't spend $70 billion to keep it multi-platform, especially when it can change the outcome of what, the platform that you're building. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? So
it could change a generation.
it really can. It can change a lot. Like that's why this conversation keeps getting brought up. Like this news is over a week old and people are still talking about this and wanting to know what's going to happen with Call of Duty. You know,
And then what's crazy is like Overwatch 2 or Overwatch in general is just as big as Call of Duty.
yep.
In the first person shooter space is just as big.
Hmm.
And
Yep.
everybody's just glossing over that.
Yep.
Like
It's
just as
because
big,
Call of Duty
just as
comes out every
popular.
year.
Exactly.
So it's
That's what
like
I'm
more
saying.
relevant. Overwatch 2 is like we know it's coming, but it's like when. And now we know
Yeah.
with like Activision having the issues and stuff, like it seems like that game and Diablo 4 is on pause right now. So thankfully,
Mhm.
Xbox is coming to swoop in and hopefully save the day, resurrect some IPs and continue further development on current IPs and things like that. So it's all good. It's all good. Now,
Mhm.
I do think just to touch up on, I do think like this gives PlayStation time just in case to have a backup plan, which I'm 95% sure that is going to be like exclusive somewhat, you know, because I think Phil Spencer said, with the Bethesda deals, it was like they're going to bring these games to wherever Xbox Game Pass is on, to whatever platform that is on. So if you don't got Game Pass, you're probably not going to get these games. So I think it gives uh PlayStation some time to resurrect like Killzone, SOCOM, or Resistance, or one of their first person shooter games, or just come up with something completely new, or maybe try to get exclusive rights to like, I mean, I know it's not doing very well now with like, Battlefield, or maybe Titanfall 3 or something, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah, like EA titles, that would be
yeah,
huge,
or
man. If
or
they got
something,
EA, that's huge.
yeah, yeah, exactly.
Mhm.
Like, I mean, even though I do think EA is getting better, they're still stumbling. But I think EA is definitely starting to turn around somewhat. They just need to figure out what they're going to do with Battlefield. You know what I'm saying?
Respawn is saving them, just
Yeah,
to
they
be
might
clear.
they might throw Battlefield over to Respawn. But
Respawn is saving them, just to be clear,
yeah,
anyone. Madden, mm-mm. EA Sports, that's dead. Stop it.
Respawn about to be making a new Madden.
Reach. I
You
know
know,
they need to make all the games. Look at that
at this
Dice.
point,
Dice fumbling the bag on Battlefield. EA
yeah,
Sports has been trash for years.
yeah,
Like
yeah.
we just
They've
play
been
Madden
struggling
just
big
because.
time.
Yeah, we just play Madden
It's
and
the
FIFA
only
because
football
they the
game.
only ones. I mean, not FIFA
Hmm.
because you got PES, but FIFA's the biggest one. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
So you just been playing that because it's ingrained in our mind. Like, oh, you want to play a soccer game? FIFA. Oh, you want to play a football game? Madden. Like same way with 2K. There ain't no NBA Live no more, even though Live 05 with Melo on it was the
yeah,
stuff.
right, right,
For the
right,
kids,
right.
for the kids, it was the
It
stuff. But I
was.
want to say another
Yeah,
word.
yeah,
But
yeah.
you already know.
Live. Hey, all you youngins out there, live was legit. You know what I'm
Live
saying?
05 with the
To
dunk
a
contest.
point.
Oh,
Yeah,
on
but
the
then of
Xbox.
course,
Oh, man.
2K just took it to a whole different level. So,
They did.
but yeah, but well, hopefully they can at least do something decent with the passing of John Madden. You know what I'm saying? With this next
Yeah,
iteration.
I hope they
Um,
do some. I hope this next Madden is good because if they ever need to make a good Madden, this is the year because that
this
man
is
passed
the
away
time.
and the game is called Madden for a reason. Do that
Hmm.
game justice and make a good Madden this year,
Yep.
please,
Yep. Yep.
please.
That's all we're asking. You know what I'm saying? So,
Mhm.
but yeah, like I said, hopefully Sony could, resurrect something or create something just in case, because this has put pressure. I know everyone is saying like pretty much Sony made Xbox compete in bringing story driven action games, you know what I'm saying, exclusives to their platform. Xbox is like, y'all gotta bring more shooter games out, because as of right now, it's just Halo and Call of Duty that's somewhat doing something good, because Battlefield's starting a trip. Titanfall hasn't been another Titanfall that has come out. Um, and that's pretty much it in the first person shooter genre. You know what I'm
It
saying? So
seems like we will not get a Titanfall 3, but I know we're gonna talk about that here in a
anytime
second.
soon. Oh yeah, oh yeah.
Mhm.
So but yeah, that's all I really wanted to say on this topic. I know we getting running out of time a little bit, and we got time, but I want to go ahead and move on to the next topic. But did you have anything else to say about this Call of Duty? Like, is it, you're down with this, it doesn't mind, or you just want them to just go ahead and cut it?
I don't mind for right now, but if we get in 2024, 2025, and that joint is still on PlayStation,
Multi-platform.
Microsoft gonna be hearing a little griping over on my way because I'm be like, man, y'all tripping, y'all tripping with that bag, man. But we ain't got there yet, so I'm a hold off.
All right. So just last thing. Hey, as long as it's day one Game Pass, I'm good. Stay multi-platform. I'm good.
Straight up,
Day one Game
s-
Pass, man. But
straight up, the best thing going in gaming.
all right. So we're gonna go ahead and move on to the next topic. So, all right. So if you don't know already, you know what I'm saying, or if you haven't read the little, marquee little scrolling fanciness that I put down at the bottom, or read the title of this video, you already know that EA went ahead and greenlit for Respawn to go ahead and make 3 new Star Wars games. I think they said they're going to actually just throw all the Star Wars games to them. Like, their other studios aren't going to make any more Star Wars games. Not 100% sure, but I think that's what it is. They're like, yeah, Respawn are going to, make the Star Wars games from now on. And then EA is not even the only people to make a Star Wars game like they were. First, they were contracted that EA could only make Star Wars games. I guess that contract has ended, but they still got a good relationship with LucasArts and Disney, or Lucasfilms, or whatever. So definitely, Respawn is going to make 3 new Star Wars games. I'm going to pull up the article here for you guys. So hopefully you guys can read this. So this is on EA.com. Uh, and it says right here, so I have it right here. It says that leading the development of Respawn's all new Star Wars first person shooter game is Peter Hirschman, game director at Respawn, who has a long and accomplished history with the Star Wars franchise. All right. So that's one game. So it's going to be a sequel to the oh no, I done skipped. Okay, so this is one of the games. I should have went ahead and started off with that. So Respawn is going to be making a sequel to Fallen Order, Jedi Fallen Order. They're also going to make a first-person shooter game, which is held by Peter Hirschman, that I just read right there. And then their third game is going to be, I believe, like a strategy RPG game. So I'm gonna read it right here. It says that the third title is a Star Wars strategy game developed through a production collaboration with the newly formed studio Bit Reactor, helmed by the games industry veteran Greg. I'm not even going to try to pronounce his name. Uh, Respawn will produce the new Star Wars strategy game, while Bit Reactor leads on the development of the title. So I know I just botched up that whole intro there, but definitely Respawn is supposed to be making a sequel to their already established Jedi Fallen Order game. They're going to do a first-person shooter Star Wars game, and then they're also going to do a strategy game in collaboration with Bit Reactor. Um, so definitely this was big news. Everyone was talking about it. Everyone has started, even EA, everyone's starting to realize that Respawn is nothing to play with. You know, they did really good with Titanfall 2, Apex. They went ahead and did great with the Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order. Um, so they're just like, they just been killing it to the point where they're like, hey, you know, we love what you've been doing. We're going to go ahead and throw you the reins to one of the biggest IPs that we're working on. So here you go, have at it. So I'm going to throw it to TA. What do you think of Respawn? How do you think of them making more Star Wars games and not another Titanfall?
Real quick, I need Microsoft to pull out the wallet and buy Respawn. They should have bought them when it was Titanfall. Titanfall 1 came out. They should have bought them back then, because now they asking price is probably ridiculous. But that's another note. That's another story. Uh hey, they got the money, man. You already
No,
know
but
they
I
just dropped
know that
69 billion.
no, but I just think it's funny because you're not the only one to say that. And it's
Straight
like
up.
EA owns Respawn.
I don't care.
So
They
it's
should have
like
bought they should have bought them back in the day.
EA's not, they should have. I do agree with that. But
When
people are
Titanfall
saying to
1
go
was
ahead
an
and buy
Xbox
them
exclusive.
now.
Oh yeah, no. Now I know the asking price is too much, because like you just ran off their credits. Like,
Mhm,
you got Titanfall 1 and 2, you got Apex, and that's just
mhm.
skyrocketed out the thing. And then Jedi Fallen Order was a contender for game of the year. Some
Yep,
people had it as the game of the year.
yep.
That's that's a that's 4 dubs. So you know
Mhm.
the asking price now is, but when Titanfall 1 launched as an Xbox exclusive, they probably could have got him. Microsoft probably could have got him
Yeah, it
if they was in the right
if
headspace at the time, they probably could have
if
bought him.
Microsoft wasn't trying to bounce back from the Xbox One. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Mhm.
Because that Titanfall 1 did come out like after that debacle of the Xbox, where people was like, "Nah, Imma just buy a PlayStation 4." You're
Yep.
right. But that's we'll touch on that in a second. Um, it kinda sucks that we're not getting a Titanfall 3, because I love Titanfall 1. Titanfall 2 happened to fall in a predicament that it didn't deserve. It fell in between Call of Duty and Battlefield. Two mainstream big, I mean, not saying Titanfall wasn't mainstream, but two of the biggest shooters ever, first person shooters ever. And you got a still somewhat new IP that falls in the middle of them. And honestly, it might have been better than both of those games. Don't at me on that, but if you think about it, it might have been better than both of those games, real talk, straight up. Um, but it just sucks, man. I mean, I love Titanfall. I love that universe. I know Apex is in that universe, but it's not the same. It's not the same. You don't got the mechs. You don't got stuff like that, man. You don't got, I mean, you got the wall running, but it's not the same. Like, it was nothing like wall running and then jumping on a mech and taking it down or shooting it with the rocket, man. Uh, I hope they come out with one. I hope they hear us as fans and give us Titanfall 3 like it deserves a third entry in the series. But I am happy for Respawn. Jedi Fallen Order was a great game. I love that game. I'm happy that we're getting a sequel. Kind of figured we were getting a sequel anyway, especially how it ended. Knew a sequel was coming. It was just a matter of when. Um, First person shooter is interesting though. I definitely want to see what they do with that instead of Titanfall 3. I definitely want to see where they take us in that Star Wars universe. If it's going to be via Stormtrooper, brand new character. I don't know what they're going to do with that first person shooter. Now the strategy game, um, that's cool, I guess. Like I'd have to see exactly what it is. Like, I'm I don't RPGs are kind of played out for me now because there's so many of them, and it feels like there's one coming out at this point every week now. So
Yeah,
that
I
one
don't
I'm
think
a
it's
little.
gonna be a RPG, but
Oh,
it's
okay,
gonna be a
like a
strategy. Yeah, I feel like the
like a
RPG one is
strategy.
the Jedi Fallen Order, like
Okay,
RPG
got you,
slash uh
gotcha. Okay, well then
Demon
that makes sense.
Souls and stuff. Yeah.
Okay, okay. Well, then I'd have to see what the strategy game entails because I mean, sounds like a cool idea, but I definitely want to see more. What are your feelings on this news and Titanfall 3 not coming anytime soon?
Um. Well, like you, I'm definitely I'm not gonna play Respawn. They doing what they're doing. I think it is a good thing to have people like deprive people from Titanfall. You know, especially with like Titanfall 1, it felt like it was it wasn't worth their time. You know what I'm saying? Because
It was a sleeper hit.
yeah, because
It was
like
a sleeper.
it didn't do as great because it was an Xbox exclusive and Xbox was going downhill at the time. Then Titanfall 2, EA did them dirty by releasing it at the time that they did between Battlefield 1 and Call of Duty Infinite Warfare.
Mhm.
So that just hurt them. Like it just came and went pretty much. So it felt like it was just another waste of their time. I feel like so then it's just like, and they came out with Apex and they just been rocking with Apex since. Then they made the Star Wars game, and then yeah, they're here now. And I feel like, as much as I would like to have a Titanfall 3, and I feel like within the next year or two, I feel like it should definitely drop, especially with the lack of first person shooters, at least the competition, it's a hit or miss on most games that I feel like it's a good time for it to come back. But like I said, with them working on it's either one game Titanfall or 3 new Star Wars games. I feel like I do want a sequel to Fallen Order. I do want to see a first person shooter Star Wars game because I mean, as I feel like they're pretty enjoyable. The Battlefront games, I just feel like they're not doing it. It could definitely do better. You know what I'm
They
saying?
said it wasn't going to be like a Battlefront. They said it was
Yeah,
going to be
no,
something new.
yeah,
Yeah.
something totally new. So I'm down for that.
Mhm.
Just think about, Star Wars games in the Apex and Titanfall engine or the movement, because people be arguing. I mean, Respawn is a bunch of developers that used to work on Call of Duty games, and Call of Duty has nice, crisp gameplay. You know what I'm saying? Mechanics. So Apex definitely people say Apex has the best mechanics in any shooter right now. So imagine a Star Wars games with those mechanics.
Oh yeah.
Um, so like I said, I'm excited for that. And the strategy, I feel like it'll probably be like a Age of Empires type strategy or a Halo Wars, where a type of strategy game. If you're familiar with that, it's probably going to be more PC related. I feel like. Um, but I am excited to see what it is. Like I said, I've been dipping, been putting my toe in other games. You know what I'm saying? Testing the waters. Because like you said, you're kind of getting tired of RPGs. I'm kind of getting tired of the same old games that I play. You know what I'm saying? I know what to expect from them, and that's the whole point of what Xbox is trying to do, and what Sony's doing with their story driven games and things like that. I feel like there needs to be a push in the industry to start taking risks. You know what I'm saying? uh just so people can play more games instead of just shooters. Grand Theft Auto, 2K, that's it. RPGs, like that's all. It's every game is the
all
same nowadays.
All the hood. You might as well just round it up. All the hood classics.
Yeah,
That's it.
all the hood go-to game.
Classics.
You
The
know what I'm
classics.
saying?
That's it.
Uh Definitely. So I'm definitely excited. I think Respawn is a very talented developer. Definitely EA needs to hold on tight. You know what I'm saying? And they know what they have. You know what I'm saying? That's why I think the person who is in charge of Respawn, Vincent Pella, who was formerly in charge of Infinity Ward, I think they moved I think he's
Now
still
in
in
charge
charge
of
of Respawn.
Battlefield. Now in
Yeah,
charge of Battlefield.
he's in charge of like a new studio that's going to be working on like Battlefields or new games as well. So
Well, hopefully he can turn the ship around.
EA no
Lord willing.
Battlefield they just need to work on this one, better
Make it
tuning
free to
this
play.
one, make it free to
Make it free to
play,
play.
and
As unfortunate as that is. And get my
like
boy Turbo a refund.
yeah, give me a refund, man.
Yeah,
Hey,
y'all make it
it's
free to play. He need that bread back.
I don't spend too much money on games, and like so definitely I would love to have something, but you know, you just take a risk on certain things.
Oh yeah, for
But
sure. I mean,
if
nobody
it
thought it was gonna be this bad.
I don't even think free to play. I mean, personally, I don't think it's bad. People just complaining.
Oh yeah, no, no, no. I mean,
That's just
it's some
like a
legacy stuff.
feature. Oh,
Like
you can't see your scoreboard, so you crying.
yeah, yeah, it's
Like,
like
yeah, I would like to
legacy
have,
stuff.
you know what I'm saying? Yeah, I mean, I understand that. I mean, I do understand it, but for
It's
people to
yeah, yeah,
just
yeah, yeah.
be tripping for no
Oh
reason,
yeah,
like,
yeah, yeah, for sure. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I mean,
but
it's not the best Battlefield. It don't beat Battlefield 4 or 3 for me or Bad Company, but it's not that terrible. Like
yeah,
I
I
like
ain't
it
gonna
better
say that.
than I like it better than Battlefield 1 and 5 just because it was more so the era. It wasn't like the mechanics or anything like that.
Yeah.
I think it's more so the eras like World War 1 and 2. I'm them joints is man, we had to learn about those in history class. Y'all not tired of playing those yet? I'd rather be somewhere new.
Nah, multiplayer games. Yeah, I feel like World War II, man, it's still relevant, man. Can't forget the past.
You
This
can't
younger
forget the past,
generation
but
don't
how
the
many
younger
times can we
generation
make
don't
it?
know the for us. That's what I'm saying. The younger generation, I feel like multiplayer wise, I'm over it. But if it's a good
Oh yeah.
story, you know what I'm
Well,
saying?
that's different. But like I'm talking about in general, like okay, look at Battlefield 5. I think was Battlefield 5 World War II or was it World War One? I think
It
it was
was
World
World
War
War
Two.
II.
World
Yeah.
War Two. Okay, Battlefield 5 was World War Two. I mean, people like it now, but they wasn't people wasn't giving it that praise until Battlefield 2042 came out. And they're like, "Oh, this was trash." But everybody loved Battlefield 5. Look at Vanguard. Boring. I don't really care. I don't care about World War Two. Shoot, I'm ready to get an exo suit back,
Right.
jetpacks and
I
stuff.
would
I'm ready to
like
go
that.
fly.
I would like
Yeah,
that too if they
cause
advanced warfare, man.
cause like you kind of just touched on with Titanfall, they deprived us of that. Like like we haven't had it in so long. Now it's like, dang, I missed the jetpacks. Dang, I missed the
Hmm.
exo suit. Like that joint was kind of fun because it's like, yeah, boots on the ground. It was good to have a comeback, but now it's like, all right, we need y'all to go back to like the future, like go back that way.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
I agree. Something
mm-hmm,
different. Like,
mm-hmm.
but we'll see. Like I said, that's a
Oh yeah, for
whole
sure.
totally different thing. Like Battlefield, like I
Mhm.
said, it's hopefully that they'll turn around on that. And
I hope
then
so.
but what were we was talking about? Respawn. Yeah. So hopefully, like I said, Respawn, they do justice. I feel like they're rolling, you know what I'm saying? They're rolling on the momentum that they've had on the past two games they released. So hopefully they go ahead and do Star Wars right and bring us some new experiences.
Oh yeah, I'm sure they
Mhm.
will.
Yes, sir. But so we're gonna go ahead and move on to the next topic here. All right. So the final topic, I just wanted to go ahead and highlight this. You already know. It seems like I think personally, even though this is a gaming podcast, you know, we game on all consoles. It does seem like we talk about Xbox a lot, you know what I'm saying, in a good way. But they're the only one making headlines, man. They're the ones that's doing things different, busting jugs, you know what I'm saying? Like we know like Nintendo, they, you know, they're doing what they do, and then PlayStation, they're doing what they do. Like they're not really doing anything different. They're sticking to the script. Xbox is competing on a whole different level and is just doing crazy things that you just can't help but to notice what they're doing, or, kind of be nosy and see what they're going to do next. But uh so Xbox definitely, they're just want to talk about their success. They went ahead, let me show you guys. Boop. They went ahead and came out with numbers with Halo. They wanted to go ahead. They came out with a tweet. Halo went ahead and tweeted, with over 20 million Spartans joining us so far. We're oh my gosh, I can't talk. We're thrilled to announce that Halo Infinite is the biggest launch in Halo franchise history. Thank you, everyone, for joining us on the next step in this great journey. So they went ahead and reached over more than 20 million players so far since it launched in December. So that's very, very, very good news. But what's more surprising that people are comparing it to is that a day or two later, Forza Horizon went ahead and announced that they have hit over 18 million players. So they tweeted out 18 million. What a tremendous milestone. And we have the greatest community in the world to thank for it. Forza, hashtag Forza Horizon 5. So they have over 18 million players. And the reason why this is all good, Halo's hitting 20 million, Forza Horizon 5 is hitting 18 million, but people are comparing the two because Halo is free to play, at least the multiplayer, and Forza Horizon 5, you have to pay for it or subscribe to Xbox Game Pass. So either way, you have to pay somewhat in order to play Forza Horizon 5 versus Halo Infinite. So people have been debating, like, which one is more a success, the 18 million, since there's a paywall there, or the 20 million of a free to play game. TA, what do you think of this success? It's good all around, all together, but what do you think?
Um, Are you asking like which one do I think is more impressive, or just in general? Like, what do I think?
Yeah, both.
As far as more impressive, I'd have to say Forza, because it is a racing game. Well, racing game, I should say. It's not really your traditional racing game, um, but it is a racing game. Like you said, there is a paywall somewhat there because you either have to buy it flat out or you have to subscribe to Game Pass. So that's pretty
Mhm,
impressive, and I mean it had a following, but I think its following grew like tenfold with Forza Horizon 5. Because Halo has been king on Xbox since the OG Xbox. Like,
for
what I
sure.
mean? Like, what I mean? So Halo's had a following for years. But I mean, I felt like Forza, it was like getting there, like it was growing, it was growing, it was growing. I mean, but Forza Horizon 5 took it to a new level. So like that's impressive, man. I mean, but like you said, all around, it's a dub, for Xbox in general, because like two of their um franchises, major franchises now, I should say, because of Forza. Now Forza's probably looked at as like Forza Horizon at least is looked at as like a major franchise for them. Um are, bringing in revenue. Like, I mean, it's going to bring in revenue regardless, but bringing in major revenue and bringing in more players like to their scene, and bringing in people like we've been saying all the whole time, bringing in people to their ecosystem, whether you're playing it on PC or console. That's huge, or your phone or your tablet or wherever you have Game Pass. Um, that's huge, and that's pretty much all Xbox wants. They just want you to play. Like
Yeah.
they just want you to be a part of their ecosystem. So it's huge. That's a major thing. I mean, congrats to Microsoft, man. I mean, they just keep getting W's, man. I mean, it feels like they're riding a good momentum, like a good wave of momentum at this point. And it's exciting to see because, like you said, it's long overdue. Especially like with trying to like scratch and claw out of the hole they dug themselves for the Xbox One. It's good to see that their hard work is finally paying off with all this momentum and all these W's that they've been getting. Especially starting off 2022. Like, I mean, it ended strong with 2021 ended strong with Forza Horizon and Halo coming out, like it ended strong, but you could see that momentum carrying over into 2022 with the Activision acquisition, and then now these announcements of these numbers, and it feels like it's only
Mhm.
going to keep going up from here. So that's a big W for real. Big shout out to Microsoft, man. They're doing their thing.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree with you. I think that Xbox have been doing good. They, like you said, they dug themselves in a hole. Definitely people were saying that like Xbox was about to die. You know what I'm saying? Like they're about to leave. And I've seen this before. I've seen the Sega Dreamcast just fail and Sega
That was it.
consoles was no more. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Yeah.
that was
So
it.
this was kind of scary. You know what I'm saying? Like it was a tough time in Xbox, but I don't know what Phil did or what conversations he had with Satya. Um, it just seems like, now they're like pretty much the story of as what I've heard is that they're all in. So and their efforts are showing they're all in. They're customer first. I feel like they're all in. You
But they're
know,
gamers too, man. Because there was a
yeah,
tweet last weekend. Phil was over there playing Vanguard, and everybody was like, they was like making
yeah,
memes, like they was like, "Y'all, he testing out his new acquisition," and I
yeah.
was over there laughing on Twitter. I was laughing.
I
I mean,
was
but
too.
but it
Yeah,
was
yeah,
but it was true. I mean, like he's a gamer, so I
yeah,
mean, hey, he understands what gamers want because he's a gamer himself. I
yeah,
think all of them pretty much are. So they've been in our shoes as gamers, like, and they play games themselves. I'm not saying Sony people don't, like, what I mean,
yeah.
but
Of course, of course.
you don't. When you see memes like that, it's like, dang, he really is a gamer. Like,
Yeah,
he don't just be in his office. Like, he be playing a
nah,
game. You know what I mean? So it's kind
it
of
do
cool.
be. And
It's cool to see that.
that's what I like about not Halo. That's what I like about Xbox is that
Hmm.
they're in the community, the gaming community.
And
They're
they're in the
like
loop. Like,
tweeting
they're
and yeah, in the
yeah.
loop. That's what I meant. Like perfect.
Mhm.
They're in the loop. Like they're talking to their to their gamers or
Just
their
engaging
customers
in
and
the
stuff,
community.
engaging
Mhm.
with them and engaging in community. And like Sony is just business. Like they try to throw out a tweet here and there. Oh yeah. Okay, don't worry about it. So they're trying to throw in tweets here and there, whatever, but I don't think they really engage with their community. I mean, it's working for them, you know what I'm saying? Like I'm not trying to say what they're doing is wrong, but I'm just saying what stands out for me with Xbox is that they just engage with their community. They are putting the customer and the gamer first. They're giving us options, you know what I'm saying, to play when and wherever we want to. um and they're just changing the structure of the gaming business in general, like, and that's what people are nervous about. You know what I'm saying? People don't like change. So it's definitely happening, man. I think this is big. I definitely do think, to answer the question I asked you, I do think it's a bigger milestone for Forza Horizon as well to have these numbers being behind a paywall of some sort. um, I do think that's huge. I know there was a question where someone asked, he was asking if like, do you think Forza is the biggest IP that Halo or that Microsoft has now? And just because of like we said, we think the 18 million that they have is way more of an accomplishment versus the 20 million that Halo has just because of the paywall. And I was saying like, nah, I tweeted back. I was like, nah, I don't think so. I think Halo is still
Halo's king.
is
Halo
the
will
king.
always be king for
Like
Microsoft.
until there's like a Forza TV show or Forza movie in the works or comic books, or movies,
Merchandise.
merchandise. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? Like
man.
Halo is a juggernaut when it comes to that. You know what I'm saying?
And
So definitely I
I
still
mean, if you want to boil it down to the numbers, Halo won. They got 2 more million players than Forza. You know what I mean? So
but it's that paywall
technically,
is what's
it's the pay.
kinda
It's that's what I'm saying.
like
That's what I was getting
yeah,
at. Like the paywall is just more impressive because, like you
yeah.
said, Halo is free to play, at least for multiplayer. You know what I mean? So that's
Mhm.
impressive. You know what I mean? So just what I mean, that's impressive on its own 20 million in general. But like
Yeah,
when Forza is either you got to buy Game Pass or pay for Game Pass or buy it flat out, that's impressive. And you got 18
Yep.
million people playing that game, or at least have played that game. That's crazy.
So,
So
and then also on their success, I know we talked about last week, is that Game Pass hit 25 million. You know what I'm saying?
it just
Within
keeps
a year,
adding up, man.
just keeps adding up. So it's like, I don't know, man. It just seems crazy, like the success that they're doing, and they're starting to like, I know this might sound like a crazy opinion or whatever, but I'm honestly with like the moves that Xbox is doing, like I don't think PlayStation needs to follow suit or anything like that. Like what people are saying, like let everybody stay in their own lane. You know what I'm saying? Like let PlayStation do what they do. People have been letting Nintendo do what they do, and like let Xbox do what they do. You know what I'm saying? And what I was saying is that I don't really think you can compare Xbox with PlayStation. I feel like that comparison, like it's still there. I'm not gonna lie, but I feel like it's starting to be less and less of a comparison because
It's kind of
Xbox,
becoming outdated.
yeah, they're doing their own thing. Like
Mhm.
they're really doing their own thing, and then PlayStation's doing their own thing, and Nintendo's doing their own thing. Like and that's great because now you have three different options, totally different experiences. Like, because there was a point where Xbox was just like PlayStation, and it's like, which one do you want to get? You know what I'm saying? Nah, now it's like, oh, you need Xbox for this reasons. Oh, you need PlayStations for this reason. Oh, you need Nintendo for this reason. You know what I'm saying? Uh, so yeah, man, I just wanted to talk about their success. That got to give them their kudos. You know what I'm saying? And man, this is just going to be a crazy competitive generation. Like it's not going to be like that the generation before that, where Xbox was doing good and PlayStation wasn't. Then the PlayStation 4 was doing better than the Xbox. Like this is going to be very, very, very competitive, and every company is doing something to the point where you have to get their console. You want to have all three consoles. So that's my 2 cents on the whole matter of the Xbox's success and things like that. TA, you had anything else to add to this?
No, sir. Sounds good to me.
All right, that's what I like to talk about. So we're definitely, this is about the time where we go ahead and wrap up the show. So we're going to go ahead and do that. So I just want to go ahead and, of course, thank you guys for making it to the end of this video. Thank you for watching and checking the podcast out and just hanging out with us. And hopefully you had a good time. I just want to go ahead and ask you guys, if you hadn't already, go ahead and subscribe to the channel, the new YouTube channel, man. We're trying to run them subscriber numbers up. Leave a comment, hit that like button, and hit the bell icon so if you don't miss any new episodes that I will release on this channel. I might try to do other videos as well. I don't know yet. Just now get my feet wet and everything. So like I said, we're just now getting used to video. So definitely I know there were some hiccups or, some awkwardness here or there. So just thank you for rocking with us, and I'm sure once time goes on, we'll get better and better and bring you guys the best podcast show ever. So definitely go ahead and follow us on any audio services that you guys, if you're into audio, I'm still going to be releasing those alongside the video version as well. We're pretty much on any audio podcasting service out there, Apple, Spotify, Anchor, things like that. So definitely go ahead and subscribe to those. And also go ahead and follow your boy on Twitter and Instagram. My handle is at Donnie Trace. Oh, keep forgetting. Let me go ahead and pop that up for you guys. Yeah, there it is. So go ahead and follow me on Instagram and Twitter, man. It's at Donnie Tress, DONNYTR, the number 3S. Go ahead and follow, man. I just chat with some guy who checked out the podcast not too long ago, and we were just chopping it up, asking each other what games we like to play and things like that. And it was really good talking to him. I don't bite, love to talk about video games, man. And here to see what games you're excited for this year. Like I said, 2022 is going to be a huge year. I can't express that enough. Like, if no games get delayed, even if a couple get delayed, it's still going to be a huge year as long as the games are good. That's the number one thing. But
Facts.
yeah, so go ahead and follow me there, man. And TA, go ahead and pass it to you. Where can these guys follow you at, man?
So you guys can follow me on Twitter. Right where that Twitter handle is, right there. Y'all see what it says, Tomas FK15. You guys can follow me right there, man. Um, love pop culture. Games, movies, sports, music. You know, um, that's it, man. Uh, all the glory to God, though, man. First off, foremost, definitely keep that up. We stay positive over here, keep that energy right. So give God the praise. We appreciate Him. And that's it, man. That's all I got to say.
All right. Okay. Well, like I said, once again, thank you guys for making it to the end of this video. We really appreciate it, man. Go ahead and share this podcast with your friends and family, man. If there's any
Definitely.
gamers,
In your family, which
any
I'm sure
in
there's
your
one
family.
or maybe two.
Hmm. Nah, gaming is everywhere now. So if there's
Straight up.
anybody that you think will benefit from listening to this podcast, definitely go ahead and share it. But of course, once again, it's been fun. It's been real. But of course, until next time, never stop gaming. Deuces.